Welcome to 99 Bitcoins. Hope you guys are well. What a shocking market we've woken up to. It's the 1st of December, and just want to do a quick update really on the two giants, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, of course, this is not financial advice, but let's just delve into it. We can see Bitcoin lost $5,000 worth of valuation over the last 24 hours. With almost no reason for it doing so. I guess the real thing to be looking at here is the total market cap of crypto. We've dropped back down to $2.92 trillion. We're revisiting lows that we basically saw over here on sort of, November of 2025. So just only a few days ago. But when we look at the 1 year, the 1 year mark, the 2.6 trillion is where we really don't want to drop down below, because then things could start to feel very, very bearish indeed. So Bitcoin down quite a bit, 21% on the month. Obviously from its 126K all-time high, we're down $40,000. So not the best scenario to be in. Do I think, I think the problem is none of us want to get bearish on Bitcoin, but we are below the 50-week moving average. And if we do go into a traditional 4-year market cycle, this would mean potentially another year of just downside. And that might mean we might not see any light side, some green, until 2027. And that just could be a possibility. Over here, looking at the chart, it's quite similar to what we saw, over here in March, April of 2025, where we dropped from the top. We saw a 32% correction. What we've seen so far is a 36% correction. And obviously we've also lost that 50-week moving average trend line, which is where we go into bearish territory. So we need to retest this 50-week moving average in order to start feeling bullish again, which would actually result in somehow getting back up to $97,000 quickly to retest that 50-week moving average. Otherwise, we just get rejected and we start just bleeding out. We start moving lower, lower, lower. I ultimately think it is possible to see a $45,000 to $65,000 Bitcoin in the bearish territory. And a lot of people disagree with me on that one, but I just think it could happen. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. The 200-week moving average is your line to be looking at. This one right here. And, if we do touch down on this 200-week moving average, that is where you effectively start to see your $60,000 Bitcoin. So it could be a possibility. Like I said, never say never for anything in life. Life is fragile. Nothing is guaranteed. Ethereum also lost $300 of valuation in basically 24 hours. You can see here, ETH has lost from $3,040 all the way down to $2,800 quite rapidly. You also see here a whale transferred 120 million in Ethereum after 10 years of dormancy. So they've made 10,000x return on that particular investment, because it only cost them $12,400, which is just bizarre. ETH a millionaire. Imagine that. You just literally put it away for 10 years. You've transformed 12.4K into 120 million. That is crazy. Same kind of story for Ethereum. I think, if we just evaluate the fact that we saw a 1.5K Ethereum in April of 2025 without a true bear market territory, could this suggest that we might go lower? I think personally it could suggest that we might go lower. And I don't know how low, because we had a $900 bottom in 2022. So I do not think we'll go lower than that. But I do think we could go anywhere between $2,200 and $1,400. So we've kind of got this sort of window of opportunity kind of in here, which is what I'm personally waiting for. I'll do any buying in this zone here. I'll be patient and I'll wait. I don't know when it's going to happen, but on the contrary, we might just get bullish. We might just see Ethereum, go up to the upside and retest an all-time high again. We never know what's around the corner. So interesting times ahead. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, very fragile beasts right now. Volatility is indeed here, and just be careful. Don't over risk right now. If you're looking for a new hot self-custody wallet, boom, best wallet, free to download. You can check it out down below. If you're keen, just give it a download on your smartphone today. It's just linked down below for you. Multi-chain, multi-wallet, non-custodial. Really, really nice, pretty wallet over here. Like it. Like it a lot. And yeah, we're still in fear. We've got a lot of fear here in the market. And we can see over here, crypto bubbles telling us, we've got a lot of red in the market at the same time. So not looking great. Crypto market, not in the most ideal place right now. So subscribe to know when Bitcoins, like the video, share with your friends. Bit of an update really as to where the market's going. You know, you can't really feel bullish when you're below the 50-week moving average. It just doesn't feel right. We'll see you very soon. Bye for now.